Hello, caregivers, and welcome to another episode of Caregivers Community. I am your host, Danielle Gray. Welcome to my channel. And today's topic, we're going to be talking about the caregiver permission slip to fall apart. So, as we all know as caregivers, we are prone to want to keep everything kind of in control, have everything together, not lose our minds, and obviously try to keep things together for our loved ones who we are taking care of. But if we don't lose our minds sometimes and feel our feelings, which are valid feelings to be feeling in the first place, then we are going to be really losing our minds. We are going to start to lose control of everything because we have pushed everything so down, so low, that we are going to have a literal meltdown or a mental breakdown. So what we should be doing is releasing our feelings as we are feeling them, like crying if you have to go cry in the bathroom, or go for a walk and cry. Just release those feelings. If you're feeling angry, validate your feelings. You're allowed to feel angry and frustrated. Scream into a pillow if you have to. Maybe work out. Find healthy ways to cope with your emotions so you don't end up losing your mind, because it does happen, because you're trying to keep everything together and everything feels so overwhelming and overstimulating at times. Even when things are going really, really well, you can tend to lose your mind because you have not dealt with the emotions of everything that you've been going through. And when we are processing our emotions, sometimes we tend to lose a little bit of our minds that way. We tend to have emotional breakdowns, lash out, be in moods, which are all understandable. This is my permission slip to give to all caregivers to let yourself fall apart, because if you don't let yourself fall apart, you will end up with caregiver stress syndrome, which is chronic fatigue, chronic stress, exhaustion, tiredness, even chronic pain can lead with chronic stress. There is such thing as caregiver chronic stress syndrome, which causes burnout and even long-term burnout. And if you're taking care of a loved one long-term, it can cause really, like I said, long-term burnout, long-term tension in the body, long-term tiredness, long-term exhaustion, and sometimes it's hard to even pull yourself out of situations like that, because once the fatigue hits, it's hard to get back your energy. Working out helps, doing light workouts like walking, using workout bands help to get your stamina back up. Taking care of yourself, taking baths, showers, taking care of yourself constantly by eating food that you like, fresh foods, fresh fruits and vegetables and meats will help. But it's really about taking care of yourself in the long term, especially when you are taking care of a loved one long term and you don't know what to do. You can start to feel fatigued and lose stamina. And stamina is one of the necessary things for us to get through as caregivers to have, because without stamina, you are basically living in exhaustion and you're walking around like a zombie. So this is my permission to all caregivers to, once again, I'll go over the list that I just talked about, but it's to feel your feelings and validate your feelings, and it's not wrong to feel them. Work out as much as you can. Light workouts such as walking or using a workout band is good, because then you can work off angry energy. You can also build up stamina, fight off fatigue, and eat healthy foods like meat and vegetables, and as much protein as possible, because when we are caregiving, we need as much protein as we can get inside of our bodies, because protein helps us gain muscle energy and helps us be able to function properly. So eating our fruits and vegetables and our meats are crucial. Eating healthy is crucial just in everyday life, but I find with caregivers we need to pay extra attention to our bodies, going to doctor's appointments. I mentioned this in another video of us taking care of ourselves as caregivers, but this is my permission slip for all caregivers, for you to be able to fall apart, to cry, to express those feelings, because caregiving is overwhelming, overstimulating, and it is a lot, because when you love somebody who is going through an illness, whether it be mental, physical, dementia, cancer, it's a lot to take on, and there's a lot of fear that you hold on to. I know, experiencing taking care of my mom with cancer, it's a lot. Even when we have good days, it's a lot because there's a lot of emotions going on, and everything feels heightened, and everything feels so extreme sometimes. And even when a good news happens, it's caregiving changes you, and so does having cancer changes you. And there's scan anxiety, and there is overstimulation and exhaustion and not feeling like yourself because you have changed. And there's a lot of emotion that goes on with that. There's a lot of fear that you feel because you don't know one day to the next what news you're going to get. So this is just my video to just kind of explain that as caregivers, we don't have to keep everything together. We don't have to be perfect. We don't have to have it all together. It's impossible. We are human, and you are allowed to be human. You are allowed to feel your feelings, because just because it's going, like your person or your loved one is going through something so tragic, such as a terminal illness and cancer, and you feel like you're not allowed to have other feelings or feelings whatsoever because you feel like it's so wrong, because you love that person so much, and you feel like you can't have feelings because that person is going through so much, and you need to be there for them. And just the fact that you carry that guilt alone is just validation that you need to feel your feelings, because if you don't take care of yourself and fill your cup up and do things that bring you joy, do things that express your emotions, do things that help better you and keep you from burning out, such as working out, eating right, you are not going to be able to take care of the person that you love. And that is not going to be good for either of you. You have to take care of yourself in order to take care of anybody that you love. So just note that you are just as important as the person that you are caring for and the loved one that you are caring for. You are a team, and as a team, you need to both take care of each other, and you need to take care of yourselves in order to fight off either this cancer, give them dignity when they are dealing with dementia or a mental health crisis, or even just a chronic illness. You need to be at your best self, and being at your best means feeling your feelings and expressing them. And if you feel uncomfortable doing that around your loved one, do it privately. Go for a walk. Go to the bathroom and turn some water on. Cry in the shower. There are ways around it to express your feelings. And there is nothing wrong with crying. There's nothing wrong with being angry. And there is nothing wrong with being upset and frustrated. You have every right to feel those things. Even the person that you're caring for has a right to feel those things, because you're going through something so life-changing. So feel your feelings, because if you don't, they're going to bottle up and they're going to shoot out, and you're going to have a nervous breakdown, a nervous meltdown, and it's not going to be good for you or your mental health, because you can't keep it all together, not all the time. It's impossible. It's impossible. It's not sustainable, and you and your loved one deserve better than that. So This was my episode of Caregivers Community. If you liked it, please subscribe to the channel. Please like, please comment. I also want to let you know that if you do have any video ideas, I'm always open to hear suggestions of what you want to see on the channel. I would love to hear people's points of views on this topic. And if you found any of this to be helpful in any way, please let me know. Again, let's put the care back in caregiving, as I say, and let's just make this world a better place. And we as caregivers need to do that by filling up our cups. So let's put that care back in caregiving and keep going and being the best caregivers that we can be. Bye for now. I will see you in the next video. I post videos every other week, so I will see you in the next video, and bye for now. Thank you so much for watching.